So, yeah, about 80. So 76, my date of birth. 76.
You're 77, aren't you? You're 77.
82.
You're
82.
1977. You
76.
November.
You're
77. Oh no, you same year as me. Same year as me. I thought you was a year below, but 3 months later than me. 3 months.
He's not having it.
3 months. 3 months.
Yeah, so I'm 76. So it was like I was 82 when I went.
Yeah, that's it.
Went into that.
No, one second, I'm here already.
Take 2.
Yes. Welcome to the 13th and final round podcast. Today we have a very, very special guest, the Spice Boy, Ryan Rhodes is in the house.
26 RR Promotions in the house.
Yeah.
Box Southpaw, Jim.
Box Southpaw.
S3, baby.
So, how are you doing, Ryan?
I'm doing good. I'm a little bit tired today.
A little bit tired. What have you been doing?
I had a show last night, and we went for some food after the show.
Yeah.
Didn't even have a drink, and I woke up this morning like I'd had a fight.
Yeah, heavy.
What
was stress?
I had 2 fighters on last night.
Yeah.
And I think running a show as well, myself and Steffi Bull, running a show, having 2 fighters on, I think my body took to mama.
Running about and stuff,
Yeah, so we've had a pretty stressful couple of weeks. Okay. I've had 3 fighters. We had 3 fighters pull off in 10 days. 2 was medical reasons, and 1 was we couldn't get an opponent for the 3rd one. So we run with 4 fights. The main fight was Callum Beardo. The reason why we still run with the 4 fight was Callum Beardo did about 280 tickets himself.
Wow, that's good.
Wow.
He
That's really
smashed
good.
it.
Wow.
Was that the Grillers in the Mist show, right? Yeah.
That's the one, yeah. That's the one.
Yeah.
Callum Beardo was the main fight. He sold 280 tickets
Wow.
himself. What a
Promoter's
ticket seller.
dream. Promoter's dream.
Promoter's dream.
Probably got you out of jail, you know.
It did. Massively it did. We had Conor Kelsall. He was fighting. I had Ricky Reeves on and Kane Salvin. So we run with the 4 fights. We went for some food after. Got in around 1 o'clock, but this morning I just felt tired.
The joys of promoting. The joys of promoting.
Yeah. The joys.
Yeah,
The joys.
The joys.
I could think of some other names.
Wow. Yeah, definitely. You've got
It's
a
hard.
bit of experience.
It's hard.
Now.
At the minute, I mean, the boxing board are saying they've never had as many promotions in the same month. March has been one of the
March
biggest.
Madness to call it, don't they?
Yeah, March has been.
And that's after the virus.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the lockdown now.
Yeah.
I think all promoters are just trying to get some shows, make some
March
money now.
Madness.
It's not, at the minute, there's not enough fighters in the UK for the shows.
No.
And what's happening is we're having to get European fighters in, and because they know the situation, they're putting so much money on their wages. So it's just making it so difficult for us. So difficult.
It costs petrol to come over here as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, don't mention petrol. That's another podcast.
Petrol, diesel,
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
But like I said, we run with the 4. It still looked great.
Yeah.
The Magna is an amazing venue. I love running shows there.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a good night overall.
Nice.
But Ryan, this is about you, brother.
Really?
It's about you. We're
think
not talking about 26 promotions, 26 RR promotions. About you. We want to know about your career.
Yeah.
You know how
Ups
you all
and
get
downs.
started, all the ups and downs, the smiles and frowns, and all that.
Yep.
You know, we commend you because I mean, definitely one of the best fighters to never win a world title, without a shadow of a doubt. Big punch. I remember coming to Sheffield when Ryan was 20, and power, exciting. You know. How did you get in the gym? Because you started at 6.
6, yeah. I started
6
at
years
6
old.
years old.
How did that roll? Because I've got my gym now. I've got kids in there. Was you one of them kids that you was messing about and you know what I mean? Or how was it? How'd it go?
So my dad, he worked away all the time.
Yeah.
And I had 3 brothers. I had 2 brothers at the time. Sorry, 3 brothers. 2 brothers at the time. Ricky, the youngest one, wasn't born. And I had so much energy. So much energy. And my mum found me so hard work. Not as in getting into trouble, but just...
Didn't you have ADHD then?
I ain't got a clue what that... I don't know if that was
Because
about...
a lot of kids, because it's noticed, isn't it?
It's a lot more...
Now it's
magnified now. It's a lot
noticed.
more magnified now.
Yeah.
I probably might have had a little bit somewhere, but I just had bags of energy.
Yeah.
And my mum took me... she took me down to see Errol Graham, Bomber Graham, into the Sheffield markets. He had a jewellery store, a gold shop in the jewellery store. And basically she grabbed me by the scruff of the neck, chucked me in front of Errol and said, what can I do with him?
And you were 6.
I was 6 years old.
And she
I was
couldn't do it
6
with
years
you
old.
at
She
6.
couldn't do anything with me. Too much energy. But like
Pass
I
is
said,
cross, yeah?
Yeah, I wasn't in trouble. I wasn't that kind of kid. I just had too much energy. I was on the move all the time. I was on the go all the time. Playing football on the streets. Till stupid o'clock.
I never knew that though.
Yeah.
Errol got you down there then
So
in the
my mum
beginning.
chucked me in front of Errol and said, what can I do with him? He's got so much energy. So Errol said to me, Mum, bring him down to the gym Saturday morning and take it from there. I remember the first day walking into the gym, because it's still the same smell today.
Still, yeah.
That smell when you walk in that gym will never, ever, ever leave you.
Yeah.
No matter how long you stay away from that gym,
Yeah.
when you go back to that gym, you can smell that smell.
Yeah.
So I remember walking into that gym thinking, flipping heck, what's that? And it was sweat, it was steam, it was
Hard
condensation, it
People.
was people, it was everything, all mixed into one.
What did you think?
So Brendan waved me up like that, and I bought some gloves from a sports shop in Sheffield, which I don't know whether you were sponsored by them, because I ended up getting sponsored. Sug Sport.
Yeah,
You know
Sug
whether you
Sport.
remember them?
Yeah,
So
Sug Sports,
we were sponsored by Sug Sport later on, but I went to Sug's to buy these new gloves.
Brand gloves.
No, Lonsdale. They
Oh,
were
Lonsdale,
Lonsdale. They
all
were
right.
Lonsdale. Yeah.
Brian.
They were Lonsdale. I ended up getting sponsored by them. That's another story. But yeah, so I bought these new gloves, and Brendan waved me up.
Go on,
So
do his accent.
I can't.
Go on, Asia.
Patience there.
Come over here, you tick bastard.
What you doing? What you doing?
Get in the ring and sing a song, you tick twat. So I went up to Brendan, he waved me up. He says, what's your name? So I said, Ryan. He says, what do you want to do? He says, I want to go on them bags. He says, right, put your gloves on. He put me the gloves on. I went on the bags, and I just remember looking around for what first stuck into my mind as well was Brendan's accent. So I'd never heard an Irishman before. So his accent straight away, I thought, what's that? Never understood, never worked it out, never realised that there was different accents around the world. So that was one thing that stuck into my head. And then he said, basically, go on the bags. So I'm looking around. You got people in the ring sparring. You got kids. What I know
Was
now.
it Ramrod? Yeah, still Ramrod back then.
Saturday
was it?
mornings.
So you're talking
Saturday
1983, something like that,
Yeah,
84.
yeah. So, about 80. So 76, my date of birth.
You're 77, aren't you? You're 77.
82,
You're
82.
1977. You
76.
November.
I know.
You're 77.
but
Oh no, you same year as me. Same year as me. I thought you was a year below, but you know, 3 months like than me. 3 months.
He's not having it.
3 months. 3 months.
Yeah, so I'm 76. So it was like I was 82 when I went.
Yeah, that's
I
it.
went into that gym.
82.
Wow.
So, but there were guys sparring, and I'm looking, and I'm on the bag, punching the bag, but wondering what everybody else is doing. Watching what everybody else is doing. So it gets someone up, and then he'd say, right, watch this, and then they'd be doing the footwork side to side. They're still doing the footwork to this day. Still to this day, going up and down them lines, round the circles and everything. And I remember going on the bags. I don't know how long I'd been in there, but all of a sudden I started concentrating on this bag, and I must have been working that bag. And when I'd finished, Brendan come up and he took my gloves off, and he went, look at that, what you've done. I went, what? And I'd ripped a big thing in the seam of my gloves. And he went, you punch too hard, you're punching hard for your age. I remember that. So that was my first day in the gym, and I never looked back. And every day after that, I used to finish school. My mum used to pick me and my two brothers up, and she used to drive me to the gym every single night, up until basically I could drive.
After school?
After school. I probably jumped on the bus a couple of times, but 99.9%.
She took you, didn't mess about, straight on it.
Because there was two schools. Me and my two older brothers were in one, and my younger brother were in another school. And we came out around 15 minutes different times, but she'd park in the same area, get in the car, straight home, get my bag, straight to the gym. Good. And she'd wait in the gym with my brothers, because my mum ended up being the treasurer. So she collected all the subs off everybody in the gym. So she was that for, how many years? Got to have been 10 years. She was the treasurer. She helped run the amateurs. Whenever we boxed as amateurs, she'd be one of the cars.
Another thing I never knew.
I didn't know
the
that.
amount of time.
She'd be one of the cars what took the fighters in the car, along with whoever else were driving down to the amateur show to help the fighters.
Interesting insight, because I was there 12 years and I never knew none of that. You know what I mean?
My mum was the treasurer for about 10 years.
Why didn't your brothers ever get into it? Did they try?
Always into football.
Yeah.
Always into football. So not Craig, but Wesley, he played for a Sunday league team. So my mum would be at the gym 5 days a week with me, and then on a Sunday or a Saturday or Sunday, whenever he played, she'd be on the pitch screaming and shouting our West to run up and down that park and kick a ball. She was so... Because my dad worked away. He worked away for like 2-3 weeks at a time. And then he'd come home for maybe a long weekend, maybe a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Then he'd be back working away. So he was very rarely there. Whenever I fought as an amateur, he'd always be there, always. I always had many friends, many family, many my dad's friends come and support me. I had a great support even as an amateur. Even as an amateur. On my first fight, I think we took 2 coaches to Liverpool on my first amateur fight. I was 11 years old.
All the cross.
Wow.
The
cross, yeah. There was no crime rate that night on Parsons.
I remember seeing you at quarterfinals. You might be able to remember. You probably remember Carl more than me, because Carl Greaves spoke to you.
I've always said you and Carl Greaves know more about my amateur career than I do.
Yeah.
Carl,
no, I don't know as much,
Carl
but
he
knew everything about everybody,
Yeah.
But I remember seeing you there, and you beat a kid from Lincoln called Gary Johnson. You stopped him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Naz was there dancing and that. I remember that. That was about 1993.
Yeah.
That.
So I was about 15.
Yeah.
15.
Obviously, we was in the same class.
Was Naz already turned pro at that point?
Naz had just turned pro.
Yeah.
So I think he had his second fight or something.
He was 2 years older than me.
Yeah. He had his second fight or something, and everybody was shouting about him, and then I started watching him and that. I always remember that day, first meeting you, Rai. Yeah, about 93 that was.
Did we meet each other like in quarters or something in championships?
That was about quarters, yeah. It was down south though, wasn't it? I'm sure it was down south somewhere.
I can't remember.
He beat Gary Johnson.
I
stopped him in the last round.
I boxed him twice, Gary Johnson.
In the last round. Big lad, wasn't he? Big guy.
Unit, yeah.
Yeah, lovely guy him. He got sent down, Gary did.
Did he really?
Yeah. I think he's just come out.
That.
He just come out.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Good guy though. My memories, you know what I mean? But just tell me this. So, Brendan spent a lot of time with fighters. When did he crack down and get older and spend a lot more time with you? What age was you?
Probably I was about 13, 14. I was always big and always mature for my age.
Was you always a bit of a puncher even as a kid? Yeah,
always.
That was always there.
Yeah, always.
Because I find it a bit funny how you and Naz could hit, and then I thought, was they doing the same things? But then Naz wasn't really a puncher in the beginning, was he?
Not in the amateurs.
No.
Not in the amateurs he won. he overwhelmed people with his speed.
Yeah,
and
it
his,
was activeness.
Don't get me wrong, he could wipe,
Still
but
did,
not
yeah.
like
Not like that.
like he probably did when.
Where do you reckon that come from? Just what Brendan said, just the training.
Yeah, listen, you've got. It's hard to teach someone to be a puncher if they're not a puncher.
I know. You've got to have it. There's something there, isn't there?
You've got to have.
I know. That's what I keep saying. You can definitely improve
it. Doesn't just appear being a puncher.
I know.
And he always could punch. He was always, but then he developed that like one punch knockout where it was horrible.
Didn't you meet him till you got to the gym? You never knew him before that.
No,
you?
I never knew him.
No. See, and did it take a long time to get to know him?
A couple of years.
A
couple of years before we started, and then when we were amateur. And we used to fight at the same shows together, or
Cutler's Hall and that, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Cutler's nice place. I loved it there.
Yeah,
we boxed in the schoolboy national finals at Derby Assembly Rooms. It was his last year. I think it was my second year in the.
You might have boxed on that.
Did you box junior weight at that time?
No.
When
I boxed junior weight on my last amateur fight up at
because
Doubletree.
I sparred for that. We used to be in the same gym. We used to be in the same gym, police boys. And we talked about Ryan. I want to meet Ryan. I want to meet who's Ryan. Because I knew you were a lively man.
Yeah.
You know, funny and everything. And I saw you at a show. You were bouncing around. I think, there you go.
That's Ryan.
That's Ryan. Yes, Junior.
Enjoying himself.
Junior, I thought, hey, he talks like that.
So Junior was my last amateur fight.
But you worked hard, and when you was a kid, you was in the gym every day until he's 18, like that.
Every single day, I didn't. Yeah. I mean,
Would you say that was more down to your mum though? Would you have gone? Would you have gone every day? Be honest. Being around the cross.
For my mum?
Yeah.
Probably not.
That's fair enough, isn't it?
Probably not.
Wow.
No,
Kept it grounded.
She was like, she did everything.
Persistent.
For us. Everything for us. And she did so much for that gym.
Was your dad out working?
My dad was earning a living. He was out working. That was his job to work. He worked away to bring the money in.
Yeah.
But my mum, she did everything. And like I said, even for the gym, she did so much for that gym as well. Not just collecting the subs, but running the amateurs, about taking, not even when I was fighting, but some of the amateurs might have been fighting. My mum was put her car forward to get a car full and help take the team and take the fighters or whatever. She was like a part of that gym back in the day. 100%.
Things like that, you don't think about it, but that probably got a bigger connection with you and Brendan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
it's all about
things forward.
Yeah.
About relationships, isn't it? It's all about
I mean, when it was probably like you've just said, when did Brendan really, I was about 13, 14, like I said, I was very mature for my age. I just used to knock around with
big people, all the people,
Yeah, Mark Willer, Johnny Nelson, Errol, Brian Anderson, Clifton, Clifton Mitchell, Kevin Adamson, just the men, which developed matured me so quick. So when I was like 14, 15, I was a young man. I was a young man.
Sure.
I was like 16, 17. I was going away sparring with men and things like that. So I matured really quick. And
that's why you stole the record for being the youngest British champion.
I've won. Yeah, I was your youngest in 57 years to win a British title. I was 20 in November, and I beat Silky in December.
Yeah,
former world champion.
Just a month.
Well,
Silky won the world title.
Yeah.
And then they stripped him.
That's right.
And then I fought him for the British title.
I remember it. I was there, right? Yeah, down at the sports centre. Yeah, Pons Forge. Yeah. What about your amateurs? Because did you have 4 or 5 national titles as an amateur?
I won 4 national titles.
Yeah.
I boxed for England twice. I represented England against Russia. I was captain for that. We went to Russia for 2 weeks. We were in Russia.
Wow.
On that one.
That's a good experience, wasn't it?
Like?
We live with families.
Was Putin there? I bet he was there in the background.
Listen, I bet some of the kids live with him because we was living with families. So there was me and a kid from Sunderland.
Don't start the politics,
mate. So, but when we was turning up for the training camps, some of the kids were like mourning, saying, "Listen, got marks on them. we're getting caned when we're getting hit by the families whose houses we were living in. So everybody like shrugged it off or didn't believe them. Yeah. All of a sudden, they was coming with marks on the shoulders, marks on the back of the legs, because they wasn't, the families, the parents were whipping them because they wasn't doing what they was told to do. The family I was living with were brilliant. They were like a young family. I remember you'd hear like a siren or something like that, and like a van would drive round, and the family would walk out, get all the groceries, get all the food, get everything off back of this van and everything like that. So we was out there for 2 weeks.
2 weeks in Russia?
2 weeks.
What part?
What part was it cold?
I was in Lepeska and Moscow.
Moscow.
Yeah.
Was it winter or summertime?
It wasn't bad weather, to be fair. So it was all right. We did a lot of running outside.
How many did you have fights there?
I had 2 there.
2 fights.
Won one and lost one. Yeah.
You had over 80 fights. Over 80?
I had 67 amateur fights. 67. I lost 13, yeah. Wow. I won 4 national titles, 2 schools, a junior ABAs and a boys club.
And then youngest ever fight to win the British, and then the quickest to win it outright. In 90 days. I remember it like yesterday. Great time.
I don't think that'll ever be done again.
No, it won't, because you have to win it more times as well now.
You have to win it and defend it
3 times. I never won one outright. Yeah. But
you've got one outright, Ish.
No, I didn't win it outright. I was one short. Yeah.
They just changed the rules just before.
Oh, did they?
Yeah. But it doesn't matter.
I'll let you have a picture of mine in there.
I might take it. I've got one of them false ones. What do you call them?
It looks good though.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah, it looks good though.
So mine's in the office in there. I mean, it's not like an office today. It's a right mess. But mine, my wife had mine framed and the pictures and everything on the wall with a plaque when for my 40th birthday. But I've got a replica one in there as well.
Yeah, they're good, aren't they? They're decent.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Take them around and leave yours here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
It's one of the best looking belts.
I turned pro at 18 and then...
I know you did.
As soon as I was 18, I could not wait.
Was that Brendan?
Yeah.
The 18 thing?
Yeah. I mean, our style didn't suit the amateurs.
No, 100%. No, look, you was boxing training with pros.
We started getting robbed and we started losing and the ABA officials didn't like Brendan's ways, Brendan's gym. They banned it. I mean, don't forget, they banned Brendan for all them years in the amateurs. Yeah. We had to use a different name.
I only heard the stories about it. I never seen it.
Training with the pros.
Because we trained together.
But what they're doing now?
Now, he was both licensed.
He was 20 years ahead of his time, wasn't he?
Ahead of his time.
They're all doing body sparring now. They're all switching now.
And also, he could, the pro and the trainers, amateur trainers, can have a pro training license.
Yeah, that's right. I've got one. I've got one.
License,
I've got amateur and pro.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Same. Wow. Listen, like you say, he was 20 years ahead of his time. You know, amateurs training with professionals, it can only do one thing:
develop them,
bring them
improve them,
bring them on,
and mature them.
They should have been doing this years ago. Yeah. Years ago. Why do you think at the Institute of Sport now so many amateurs, so many pros are training in there with the amateurs?
And what do I have in my gym? I'm sure you do. I've got a 6-year-old kid there. I've got a 50-year-old man there. I've got an Asian guy there. I've got a black guy there. You've got to do this, man. You know what I mean? It brings us all together, and it just brings people on. You know what I mean?
But in the gym, you don't think
in your personalities.
Society would learn a lot from what goes on in the gym.
Massively.
You know, how Brendan, the things he used to say and do in the gym when I was down there, like.
But what he did not discuss was religion and politics.
Politics, yeah. I know.
Have any of that, but he was an expert on all of it.
Definitely. Definitely. Do you think anything would have been different, Ryan, if your mum didn't take you to that gym?
I probably wouldn't have been. I wouldn't be in this position today. No. Honestly. Yeah. Like I said.
So I think you've got your mum to blame for
massively.
that. Your mum, not Brendan. Your mum. Because your mum got you there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Brendan took it to the next level, but your mum got you there. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like I said, every single night.
Best thing your mum did, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And
listen, I would have not been, because of the energy I had. Do you know? Because I was always on the move. it wouldn't have ended up good for me.
Right.
I was in an area, Parsons Cross. It's the biggest council estate, I think, in Europe or one of. And the crime, the kids I know, what have gone down the wrong route, I would have ended up down that same route, 100%.
Peer pressure, innit?
Yeah.
You pulled one direction.
Yeah, 100%. And it's not just, you know, they're good kids as well. They haven't got no.
There's no outlet for them.
No purpose in life.
Yeah.
No purpose, and you know, a lot of kids now are easily influenced, and they're followers. They're not leaders. They're followers.
We said this on was it Neville Brown? We said it with Nev.
Yeah.
Social media is a big distraction, and would people then be any good now? We just don't know, because this social media is a big thing. And it's taking us and redirecting us and thinking we can do... People doing things that... It's mad.
It's how you handle social media.
Unbelievable.
You can get pulled in, you can get drawn in, you can get influenced by social media. Social media is fake.
It's bullshit. It's bullshit. Yeah.
People
think they can do it.
You can portray what people want to see. You can be anyone you want. You know
just for a few likes.
It does say it's a perfect life and all that pretending.
I use social media a lot to generate interest, to generate popularity to what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Whether it's the promotions, whether it's the gym,
Yeah.
whether it's
a promotion
helping someone promote themselves as well, getting their name out there. I'm lucky I've got a decent social media following. So if I can help one of my fighters get a few more followers and create them more interest, create them more people come and support them by buying tickets, then I'll do that.
Yeah.
But people won't get drawn into that fake life.
I don't believe in luck, Ryan, to be honest, because you've created that from your skill and your what you was doing.
You do need a little
but a little bit of luck. We say that,
but
if it weren't for you, you know what I mean, everybody can take the horse to the water. You've got to drink it, you've got to do what you've got to do, and you've took it to that next level, mate. You have.
Everything has to line up at once. You have to have the talent.
Yeah,
you have to work hard.
Got to do it.
And then all the stars have got to align, because it doesn't always align for some people. Some
Million
people do work hard.
You've got to put it down to that person. It is. Yeah. Just one little thing might make all the difference. But I've got one question for you, right? That I want to ask you outright. And everybody says the same thing. But be honest. Be honest. Have you got any regrets? I don't like people saying... A lot of people say, no, I have.
Do you know what, Ish? I hadn't. Do you know why? Do you know why? Because I'm in a great position today.
You are now.
Yeah.
But I mean, not so much regrets, but would you iron certain things out? You would have, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Things I could have changed and done a little bit different. Yeah. Regret-wise, no.
But you're doing fantastic.
I'm doing great.
You're in a great position.
Yep.
2 beautiful daughters.
Exactly. I'm married 20 years this year.
I went in with Howard Rainey, Dennis Hobson. I was going with them. They had a bus stop, which then I was in the middle of their bus stop.
All right.
So then I ended up, what do I do now? And I was just going around in circles,
to Manchester.
messing around with people. 8 years. I was living with Eastman Jr. at the time.
Yeah, for a bit.
I was dedicated, training twice a day for 8 years.
Yeah.
Getting messed about. And then I couldn't see past what I'm going to do with life.
Yeah.
But I am what I am now, and I'm doing well in life.
Yeah, exactly.
So it happens.
There's a reason. There's a reason, yeah.
And I have no regrets, because if I'd have gone in to the boxing, like we're going to talk to Willie next, I'm a nutritionist now and an online coach. So now I'm helping hundreds of thousands of people through my content change their life. But I wouldn't have been in that position if I had gone through what I've gone through, do you know what I mean? Because I came out and I had to look at what else I'm going to do in life. I need an education. I need to use the skills that I've picked up to help other people. Do you know what I mean? It is what it is, isn't it?
Yeah, of course it is.
So, Ryan, like when you was younger, at Brendan's gym, you got your own gym now, yeah? Have you taken anything out of that and brought it into yours?
Absolutely.
What have you taken?
We do things in here. We haven't got the lines in the gym.
But,
I wouldn't have the
yeah.
But we do the footwork at the beginning, up and down, side to side.
Yeah.
In the ring, I do the pad Azora. We're going around a circle.
Yeah.
We do the 1 shot, 2 shot, 3 shot, 4 shot.
Yeah.
But I've also brought my own little style to it as well. Yeah.
I think what it is, I think we've all done it. Like you've done it as well in your gym, and you do it in your circuits and that.
Yeah.
I've done it myself. So I can go up and down doing pads. Think, wait a minute, I've learned this from Sheffield.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it works.
Yeah.
It works because you can explain to yourself, this is your footwork, we're going to break it down for you. And it helps them.
It is funny because no matter which
works.
trainers I went with, even when I did a little bit of work with Billy Graham and then Howard Rainey and Brendan, and I'd still
do the Sheffield
start
thing.
there with the footwork.
Start the wobble.
I still, because the footwork,
Natural.
I think a lot, like 99% of gyms in the world start with the hands and upper body and don't start
leave
with
the
footwork.
footwork.
The footwork's the most important part.
Most important.
Well, I went to the Ingles. I started off my career in Manchester, so mine was different.
Yeah.
But when I went to the Ingles and I saw the footwork and everything, and then I went back to the Manchester to train, it's like they watching me and say, body sparring. Now they're doing it. The gym where I said body sparring, now they're all doing it.
Listen, there's not...
You understand it?
When you think about it, look how old the fighters went on in the Ingles gym for.
Yes.
And that was for one reason. Didn't take much punishment in that gym.
I can't express that enough, right? To my lads.
Honestly, you
Can't express it.
I went to Freddie Rhodes. I went to Wildcard probably 2 years before
Knocking
I
lumps
retired.
off each other.
Monday, Wednesday,
Wars.
Fridays. Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, they're sparring days.
Yeah.
And I was about 32, 33. So it was a couple of years before I was retired.
Yeah.
But they came from like miles away to train in his gym on sparring days.
Yeah.
And they all wanted to prove a point in that gym.
Who's the best?
They were in front of Freddie, in front of Freddie's brother. There was a couple more coaches in there. But they punched lumps off each other. They was even knocking fighters down and you know when we used to spar and we used to like, catch someone and the legs went up, we'd walk away. You wouldn't. They would try and finish him in that gym. And I've been to many gyms and it's exactly the same.
Yeah, it's not right.
It's exactly the same.
Same
That's
in
why
Denmark.
fighters don't go on long. That's why they don't have a long career.
100%.
We had a long career. I turned pro at 18. I retired at 36 years old. That's what, an 18-year career as a professional. As a professional, I've
Unbelievable.
18 years.
You got
The
life,
heads-
Johnny
life
Nelson,
after.
look at Johnny.
Yeah, not a mark
All
on him.
them years, not a mark on
Faculties can speak.
Do you know what I
right,
mean?
Well, it's lucky that I've finished off my career at Sheffield, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's not too
The
bad.
head's not
educating.
made to be it,
He's
right?
educating.
to
He's
be.
educating. That's what it is.
When-
And you've got to educate these trainers what think it's about being in wars and
Being tough
you know
and
being
all
in
this.
life and death struggles.
But
in-
like we
in
say,
the-
we talk about Freddie Roach. He was letting it happen, you know.
Yeah.
But look at how he ended up, you know, and he can't even put a line together, you know. Like, this is the reason.
Yeah.
There's the odd few that come through and they're special, but how many that, you know?
Brendan said it right. Brendan said the first thing I need to get you to do before anything is look after yourself.
Yeah, 100%.
When you're in there, no one can help you, right?
Yeah. That's
right.
You got to be able to look after yourself and have a life after boxing.
Definitely.
There's a lot of guys don't understand that there's actually a life after boxing. Do you know what I mean?
That's it. They get drawn into
Yeah.
to the situation.
Yeah.
Well, they've got to think past that, and they've got to look. When I'm retired from boxing, what do I want to do?
Yeah.
I want to enjoy my life. I want to enjoy my life with my family. Enjoy my life with my kids. You can't do that if you're a puncher.
No.
You can't do that if you've got issues through the boxing, through having wars, through having crazy fights. What you don't really need to have crazy fights in. You can't do that.
You can only have 3 or 4 of them in a career.
Yeah, that's all.
Oh, not even that, really.
Boxing comes and goes.
Yeah.
When you're finished boxing,
Boxers.
you've got the rest of your life to lead, and you want to lead it the best way possible with all your faculties in order.
Yeah.
Because
Without a doubt.
even if you get out of boxing and for the first 5-6 years you don't see nothing, but it'll catch up with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, because you're getting in the head. By the time you're 60, because a lot of old boxers don't live to 80, 90, do they?
No, not at all.
No.
Not at all.
No.
Listen, we all do this for. I got into boxing. I wanted to win a British title. That's all I wanted to do, because that's all I saw at the gym.
Yeah.
I saw Errol and Brian Anderson with their Lonsdale belts, and I thought, wow, I'd love one of them. I'd love one of them. Then when you got older and you achieve that, then you think, right, I won a European title, I won a world title.
Yeah.
But what comes with that is the money.
Yeah.
So then you start thinking, I want to
Money
earn
becomes-
enough money
yeah,
to
that's right.
secure myself
Yeah.
that I don't have to work again, or I can be happy.
Comfortable.
But if you can't spend that money because you can't work out.
It's for no, is it?
It's for nothing.
Yeah,
All
that's
that
right.
hard work, all that discipline, dedication is for nothing.
Yeah.
Is for nothing.
It's that one extra fight, and I'm hoping Amir Khan's not going to have that one extra fight after the beat he took from Kel.
Oh, Kel, I don't want Kel to box.
What do you
It's
think
not
of
as
the
if-
fight?
I thought he did brilliant. I thought he did brilliant, but there's a but here.
Yeah, go on.
The reason why he did brilliant is because Khan was so bad.
Right.
Khan was terrible.
Well, he had
Khan
fear
was
as well.
terrible.
When it was coming out, you could see it. He had
Yeah,
fear.
but what's the fear for? Because you already knew he couldn't do what he'd been doing 10 years ago. He couldn't.
Yeah.
Because he's been in that gym training with a guy, sparring with kids.
Don't know him.
What don't know nothing about him. And then, listen, don't get me wrong, Kel did exactly what he needed to do.
Yeah.
But Khan was bad that night. Khan was terrible.
You can't
And
go
if
to
Khan
somebody
comes
for
back-
12 weeks though, Ryan, and just you can't.
Listen, they all talk about Kel's lifestyle and they all talk about Kel not living the life.
Yeah, the technique.
Khan doesn't live the life.
No.
Trust me,
No, he
Khan,
doesn't. No,
Khan when Khan's finished his fights, I'm not saying he's a drinker or he's a bad lifestyle, but he goes out and eats and binges and we've seen the pictures
Lives
of
the
Khan.
life.
He goes up, he'll walk around 13 and a half stone.
Yeah.
No shadow of a doubt.
Yeah.
No shadow of a doubt.
And,
so
I
that's
guarantee-
putting his body through torture.
I
getting him back
guarantee
down.
he struggled with that weight more than Kel.
Yeah.
He looked
Without a
soft on
shadow
it. He
of
looked
a doubt.
softer
Yeah.
on the scale.
And his
And
body
not-
looked lean. His body looked like slim with no muscle on it, didn't it?
Yeah, his muscles look quite soft.
I went up to Kel's to get some glove signed for this. What show? One of the shows I was doing. It was the Ben and Eubanks. I did a dinner with them just after Christmas, and I wanted some glove signing. So when I went up and I says, rumours as what the Khan fight's happening. He went right. He went. This contract has been going backwards and forwards
unbelievable.
for months.
Yeah.
He went, but I've been training for months because I know this fight's happening. I know this fight's happening. So what they did, and they're the bad business decision on their side was they kept dangling the carrot for Kel. And Kel's thinking, I'm in the gym. I know it's going to happen. I'm in the gym. I know it's going to happen. Then they went to Fuerteventura for I think 8 weeks, 7-8 weeks.
Before Christmas, through Christmas.
Solid.
Yeah.
He got himself in amazing condition, the best condition he could ever be in.
Yeah.
Whereas Khan, we all know, and Khan's admitted he only went with them for 9 weeks, was it? 10 weeks?
Yeah.
That's not enough time.
No.
That's not enough time.
Right.
Especially when you've not got it as well.
Yeah.
And Khan ain't got it now. He ain't got it.
He's making his comeback now. What do you think will happen if he fought again?
Same.
Same.
Exact same
worse.
scenario.
Maybe worse.
Exact
Get hurt.
same.
You get
I
hurt.
tell you what they did. I mean, that what they did right and what they helped Khan out. Whatever strength work they was doing, they strengthened his legs because he got hit with some big shots.
Yeah, them
and
shots
he's
hurt.
been hit with them shots before, and he's been out cold, sleeping.
Yeah.
And we know how hard Kel
he's
hits.
hard.
We know how hard Kel is.
Yeah.
Whatever work they was doing with him strength-wise and building his...
Did well.
They did a great job on it, but his speed, his reflexes, he was falling over his feet. He was throwing shots.
Yeah.
To me, he's always done the same things. He'll throw
A cluster.
10 shots and only 1 or 2 will land, but he'll fall over his feet. He's done that from day one.
Yeah, balance.
He's done that from day one. But there were no coordination there. There were no rhythm. There were no...
Yeah.
He was shot to bits.
Yeah.
He was shot to bits.
That was all good and well, right? But like I said, we're talking about you.
Oh, yeah.
And,
we
forgot about that.
No,
Let's bring it back to
talking
Ryan.
about you. But what I'm saying is, you know what you achieved, and everything. You know, you're doing a great job in Sheffield. You got a great little setup. But what I'm saying is, what the highlights of your life and your career. You know what I mean?
Week back then, but he did everything a superstar can do.
IQ.
Counter-punched, slipped, rolled, made me miss, countered, didn't waste a shot.
Yeah.
If he threw, he was landing. And
timing was good.
Don't forget to like,
Share.
Comment.
And subscribe.
and hit that notification button, and we out.